Have you ever noticed that one friend who completely ignores their own birthday? No Instagram story, no dinner plans, no group chat announcement? You find out accidentally, maybe months later, and they just shrug like you asked them about the weather. Meanwhile, the rest of us are counting down 30 days out, picking outfits, and sending calendar invites. What's going on inside their head? Turns out psychology has a really compelling answer, and I'm going to walk you through it in the next 3 minutes. But before we dive in, if content like this gets your brain buzzing, go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment telling me what country you're tuning in from. All right, now let's unpack this together. Here's the thing most people completely overlook. How a person responds to their own birthday is actually a window into something much bigger. It tells you how they build their sense of self, how they deal with society's unwritten rules, and believe it or not, how their brain literally interprets the passage of time. Let me explain each one properly. So the first piece of the puzzle is something psychologists refer to as an internal locus of identity. In simple words, these people have already figured out who they are without needing applause. Now stop and think about what a birthday really is at its core. It's a social ceremony designed to say, hey, you matter to us. The wishes flooding in, the surprise gifts, the singing, it's the world giving you a gold star for existing. But someone who casually skips all of that, they've already given themselves that gold star a long time ago. Their sense of worth doesn't depend on a yearly performance review from society. They carry their value quietly, almost invisibly, in a way that people who crave celebration might never fully understand. And here's the fascinating part. Studies actually reveal that these individuals tend to rank significantly higher on measures of personal authenticity. They aren't putting on a show for anyone. They're simply living life without needing an audience to validate each chapter. Now, the second layer goes even deeper. These people literally perceive time in a different way. For most of us, birthdays feel like chapters in a book. They mark transitions, signal aging, and create this pressure to evaluate where we stand. Am I where I should be by now? But people who dismiss their birthday, they experience life as one long, unbroken river. No chapter breaks, no artificial milestones. The date they entered this world holds no more weight than any random Wednesday in March. Every single day carries the same potential or the same ordinariness, depending on their perspective. There's something almost philosophical about it, very grounded, very present, never ceremonial. In psychology, this is described as low temporal landmark salience. And importantly, they're not skipping their birthday because they're depressed or hiding pain. They authentically don't feel it carries any unique significance. For them, growth is a slow, continuous process, not something measured in annual intervals. Now, the third factor is honestly the most relatable one. It comes down to social energy and emotional bandwidth. Think about everything a birthday celebration actually demands from you. You have to coordinate schedules, respond to every single message graciously, act surprised convincingly, navigate awkward group dynamics, and smile warmly at a present you'll probably never use. That's exhausting work. People who quietly opt out often possess what experts call high social selectivity. They're absolutely not cold or disconnected. They simply operate with a finite reservoir of emotional energy, and they consciously choose to invest that energy into moments that feel real and meaningful rather than scripted and expected. When you look at it closely, it's actually a sophisticated form of protecting their own peace. They're essentially communicating, I genuinely value connection, but I refuse to exhaust myself through rituals that feel hollow. And truthfully, that's an incredibly mature psychological stance. So, if you're that person who lets your birthday pass without a whisper, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're simply someone built around internal validation, fluid time awareness, and intentional social investment. And that's completely beautiful. If you want more fascinating psychological breakdowns like this delivered straight to you, I share fresh insights weekly through my newsletter, link sitting right there in the description. Zero filler, just pure psychology that makes you pause and think, now everything makes sense. Seriously, it's absolutely worth checking out.